Turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Husker fans, this season, Nebraska is celebrating 50 years of Husker women's basketball, and they need you to help celebrate. You've shown up for women's hoops from the start and continue to prove that Nebraska fans really are the best in the nation. On Sunday, January 26th, the Huskers face Big Ten opponent Ohio State, and they're calling on all Husker fans to help pack PVA so they can celebrate 50 years of Husker women's hoops together. Get your tickets now and be a part of this historic season. For event and ticket information, go to huskers.com/tickets.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's the new year, and it's time for a new John Deere. Acres has all new John Deere compact tractors, mowers, and Gator UTVs on sale with money-saving financing options. Whether it's recreation or landscaping, Acres has the John Deere for you. Visit your local Acres store for details. And don't forget, Acres has a full lineup of used equipment as well. Act now. These incentives expire January 31st, 2025. Financing program subject proof credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions may apply.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Welcome to Ticket Weeknights.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into the very first. Mic on? Yeah. All right. Welcome into the very first episode of Women's Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Sarah Pearson. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And let's see if I can pull up the music right out. But yeah, welcome in. Women's Sports Weekly, the first live episode in studio. And I'll let the music ride out. I don't know how to turn it off. So I'm just going to live music for a minute. All right. Now we'll welcome in to Women's Sports Weekly. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a full lineup this evening. But first, I am going to bring on Husker Softball's Ava Bredwell. Ava, welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my gosh. Awesome. It worked. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit about the Husker softball upcoming season. A big expectations, I guess, for the Huskers this year. You know, they were ranked in multiple of the NCAA polls. They were ranked 14 in D1 softball earlier today, and I'm here and I'm going to just talk with Ava a little bit about the season ahead. So before we dive into, I guess, the season, Ava, I want to start off by talking a little bit more about you. And let's go back to the beginning a little bit. I want to know when you realized you could play at the Division I level.
I've been playing softball for a very long time. I used to play soccer, and it was basically down to the decision where I had to decide, okay, what do I want to play? What do I want to do? I'd say I was in like middle school or maybe a little bit earlier when I decided that this is really what I wanted to do. And yeah, my passion just grew from there, and I'm really just blessed to be here in Nebraska.
And when did you realize that Nebraska was kind of the place for you?
I always was a huge fan of Husker sports. And the distance from home was amazing for me. 3 hours is like that perfect, I feel like, I don't know, just like amount of distance away. And then once I got in contact with the coaches, I fell in love with them. I love all the girls on the team, and that's kind of when I decided that this is the place that I wanted to be.
And being so close to home, kind of what does that mean to you to be able to have your family come in every day? I know your dad is always there right in the front row at all the games. Just what does that mean to you to kind of have that support?
Yeah, that means so much to me. I'm so grateful that they get to come to all the home games, and I get to look up in the stands and see them, and I'm playing for them, and he has just as much passion for the sport of softball that I do, and so I'm just grateful that he gets to come and watch everything. And my mom and my stepdad, they're just so great. So it's been good that they're able to be here. And I'm blessed that they're also able to travel with us too. So that's been great. They're always up in the stands, even when we're over in Florida, or last year we're in California, like they're always there. So good to have them there.
And you've really made your impact on Nebraska softball. I've been a pretty impact player for the last 4 years. Big Ten Freshman of the Year. What did that mean to you to be able to kind of come in and make an impact right away?
I definitely wanted to play. I mean, I wanted to come here and I wanted to be part of the team, but my main focus was like, hey, I want to play and I want to help this team get better. And so coming here, I was just super determined to get on that field as fast as possible. And I've been super grateful to be able to spend all 4 years on the field and just be with my teammates through it all. And so, yeah, it means a lot that I've been able to play a big role in the team, and the girls were so welcoming my freshman year. I mean, it's been like so long ago, which is crazy. I can't believe that I'm already a senior, but they really welcomed me with open arms. And I know that I'm just lucky to have had such a group that helped me adapt to that college lifestyle so quickly.
Yeah, and you being a senior, how's that feel? We've kind of hard to believe. We started classes today, and are you graduating in May?
I am, yes.
Me too. All right.
Yay. We made it.
It's been so gone by in like the blink of an eye, I feel like.
I know. It really has. Everybody tells you that, and then until you get here, you don't realize exactly how fast it goes by.
Yeah, I feel like yesterday I just moved in, and now it's like, oh, I graduate in like 4 months.
I know. It's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Oh. So last year, you guys pretty good year. You were 30 and 23 overall. But you didn't quite make the NCAA tournament. But do you think are some like kind of takeaways that you had from last season that you kind of hope to bring into this year and ultimately get over that hump and hopefully make the tournament?
Yeah, we definitely came up short last year. We had aspirations to make the tournament, go to supers and all of that, and we came up short at the end of the year. And this year we're just ready to come in swinging, and we're ready to attack all our opponents. And we've got a lot of new great additions to our team, and they've really meshed well. I feel like this group of girls is definitely the most different group of girls from like what I've experienced since being here. And I think that's a really great change for our program. I think just having all the transfers coming in, and they've came in and they've been leaders ever since the first day. And that's really huge going into this upcoming season. We're excited to dominate this year.
Yeah. And how important how's that been? You mentioned all the transfers you have coming in. Last year you guys lost 8 seniors. How important is that to be able to have kind of not necessarily replace, but kind of bring all those new players in to kind of fill their shoes and still have a dominant spot?
Yeah, that's huge. I think with the transfers, we have a lot of girls that have a lot of playing experience and have played at other great programs around the U.S. And so we're just lucky that we've been able to pick up some really great talent, and not only great talent, but just some overall great girls. I mean, I love every single one of them. And so it's just been great to practice with them and have time on the field with them. And I'm really excited for Husker Nation to see what they're all a part of.
And what are you most looking forward to about the upcoming season?
I'd say this year I'm just working on just taking it all in and enjoying my last few months of softball. Softball's been a huge part of my life, obviously, for a very long time. And so I just want to have fun with my girls and just be very present in the moment, because I know that it's going to be over in 2 seconds. And so I really just want to take my time with everything I do and just enjoy all the little things, being on the bus, late nights. Even when you're like driving, sometimes we leave our first tournament. I think we leave for the airport at 4 a.m.
Oh my.
And so that's going to be crazy. Like, oh, we're just awake, but I just want to really just embrace those little moments, even if it might suck at the time to be awake so early.
And you guys start the year, obviously, because it's so cold here. Got a lot of tournaments down where it's a lot warmer, California and Florida. And what I guess trip would you say are you most looking forward to? Also have those new additions in the Big Ten. So where are you most looking forward to playing at other than Bullen Stadium?
I'm really excited to go to the Mary Nutter in California. We played there obviously last year, and it was super fun. And just the competition that we get to face there is really exciting. Also, Peyton Cody, she was here last year, but she lives there. And so I'm really excited to see her and just kind of reconnect with her. I also love California. I love me some In-N-Out. So that's a big thing that I want to get when I go.
What would be some you mentioned kind of the team goals a little bit. What about you personally?
Personally, I just want to be a leader on the field. I want to help all the new girls and just try and set a good example for what they're all about. And I want to just be my best competitor that I can. Like I said, it's my last few months of softball, and so I'm going to really leave it all out on the field for these last few games, these last few times. So,
you have any plans for after softball ends? Kind of what you want to do after?
Yeah, I'm applying for nursing school at UNMC, so I'm hoping to start that in the fall. I just turned my application in, so that's kind of my next step. I'll stay here in Lincoln and just live in the same place and just kind of take some time and just decide kind of what I want to do. Well, I know what I want to do, but just I don't know. It'll be different for sure.
Definitely
What?
in those shoes. I said getting there is one thing.
Yes, exactly.
Definitely in those shoes, probably should be filling out some applications myself here in the next couple months.
Yeah, I know. It feels far away, but really it's going to come quick.
It's not you're trying to enjoy your last semester and your last little everythings, but
you got to look forward to real life, right?
Exactly, yeah. Sure.
It doesn't feel like I am entering real life yet still. I don't think it really will feel real until we're 3 months into it or 4 months into it. Or it may never feel real.
Maybe when we're walking the stage, you're like, oh, this is and it's hit me whenever the last home volleyball game, I'm like, oh, actually.
Yeah, this is the last time. I know. It's crazy.
Try not to think about that yet.
I know. Yeah. You have to just act like it's not happening and just figure it out down the road.
I know. We'll worry about that when the time comes.
Exactly.
Another thing I kind of wanted to talk to you about, obviously, Jordy Ball signed last year, one of the top pitchers in the country. Unfortunately, couldn't play last year. How is kind of you as a catcher, catching Jordy, how is kind of that relationship developed? Last year you kind of developed more off the field, but this year you're going to be back on the field with her. So kind of how has your relationship grown with her?
Yeah, I love catching Jordy. She's a hard worker at all times. It's so fun to be in her bullpens because she just wants to get down to business and she's ready to compete as soon as she walks in the building. And so it's been cool to be able to catch her and just kind of stay in the zone with her and kind of figure out how to help her get back to the zone if maybe she needs some help back there. But yeah, that's been a huge just way for me to develop my game as well and really work to kind of be with her in the circle. And so I'm really excited for her to pitch in some games this year. Obviously, we got to see her in the fall, the first year she came, and that was just really fun for me. But she's even developed in the past year that she's been heard, and I'm excited to see what she brings out this year.
Yeah, and obviously, there's I'd say there's, you guys have got a lot of eyes on you coming into this season. What you guys have any like expectations, goals, or just what it
Yeah, we're going all the way. We're ready to do this thing. And I think we have a lot of people watching us, but we're focused on us. Our little motto this year is like 25 strong. Like it's just us against the world. It's us against these opponents, and we're here to win. We're ready to win this season.
And something else that I definitely wanted to play. So last year, me, I'm a sports broadcasting major. So last year, I actually got to call your walk-off home run against Iowa. And I don't know if you've heard this, but I am going to play it here. Okay, fair warning to all of the people who are listening to this because I got excited.
I have definitely heard it, but yes, I'm ready to hear it again.
We'll play it. Rest in peace, the headphone user. Bredwell smokes that one deep into the left field, and that ball is gone! Huskers walking off with a second time today off the bat of Ava Bredwell. The two-run bomb ends it for the Cornhuskers.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
I was so excited. I was solo in there by myself, so I could go absolutely crazy.
Yeah, you should.
That's what holding me back. Okay, I might have maybe a little. Okay, according to some people, it might be a little too over the top. But
No, never.
That was your second walk. Like you guys walked off 2 times that day.
Never too over the top. I support it.
I don't know. Was that the first time you ever hit a walk off like that?
Yeah, that was definitely a great feeling. I have not felt that many other times in my life. I was very excited. Plus, it was against Iowa, so that just makes it that much sweeter.
100%, like, gotta beat Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I guess it's kind of going in a little deeper, but what does it mean to you to play for the University of Nebraska?
It means so much. Before coming here, I knew Nebraska was a big name. And like I said, I was interested in Nebraska, and I think it seemed like a great school. But I didn't realize how much the fans meant to the university. And so I just feel very blessed to have so many people behind like our team and behind me. And I feel so much support just radiating from the whole city, basically. And honestly, the whole state. There's no place like Nebraska. And I know people say that, but until you're here, it's like one of those things, like until you're here, you never understand that. And so, yeah, Husker fans are just the absolute best. And I love the Midwest. And I feel like I say this a lot, but I obviously am from Kansas. And so I know Midwest people, and I love walking down the street and seeing somebody I know and being able to chat with them. And I feel like the home atmosphere here is huge for me, and I feel comfortable around all of the people and all of the support that we get from everybody, and I just feel like I'm at home here. And so that's just been really great, and I'm so blessed to be able to experience it.
Absolutely. The no place like Nebraska, I feel like people say that all the time, but it really, really is true. And just the other day, I was at the wrestling meet, and I don't remember what the question was. It was something about like the support of Husker fans, and I just said there's no place like Nebraska. It's really what it all comes down to.
Yeah, like I feel like I see you all the time. Like yesterday, I'm at the basketball game. I turn around, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Sarah. Like it's just nice to see familiar faces everywhere you go. And they're all there to support the same thing that you're supporting. So it's really cool.
Absolutely. No, I saw you walk in yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, what are the odds? I'm like actually talking to you tomorrow.
I know, I was like, see you tomorrow.
For sure.
So funny.
Oh. All right. I guess one other thing that I had for you, kind of going off softball a little bit. What's something that people may not know about you that might be kind of fun and interesting for people to know?
Hmm. Well, like the fun fact I always use is that I used to play electric guitar in a band. My
Oh,
band's name was Cat Pop. Yes. And so yeah, and we did like a few like gigs. I guess we called them like concerts at our local bar and grills when I was younger. So that was kind of fun. And I also used to be able to unicycle. I don't know if I could do it still. I need to
cool.
try.
Yeah,
Because people always
definitely.
ask me like,
Right.
"Oh,
You got it with you right now. We're on
yes,
video.
I wish. I know I don't keep it a unicycle like on me, but I need to try it so then I can tell people like, yeah, I know how to do it or I don't. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to, but I don't know if riding a unicycle is like riding a bike. I need to try it out.
Awesome. Well, that was everything that I had for you. Is there anything else that you would like to add about yourself or the upcoming season? Just anything we haven't talked about already that you think would be good to leave the listeners with?
I don't think so, other than that I'd love to see you all at our games. Our first home game is March 6th, so we're
Maybe
excited. Hopefully it's not too cold.
Hey, if
I'm a little bit worried.
Husker Nation, they show up no matter
That's
no,
true.
in all kinds of weather. That's what we always say. So
That's so true. Yep, and I'll be ready to like have my coat on in the dugout and warm up in between innings.
for sure. Well, thank you so much for joining me this evening, Ava. I'm gonna throw it to break, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. This is
Yeah, of
chatting.
course. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. That was Ava Bredwell of Nebraska softball. I appreciate her joining in and taking the time to talk. Well, that is going to do it for the opening segment. When we come back, we're going to dive into a little bit of Nebraska women's basketball. They've been on a roll lately, but for now, we'll send it to a break. This has been, or I guess you are listening to Women's Sports Weekly on 93.7 The Ticket.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh my gosh, my mic wasn't on. Okay, hey, we got the music figured out. We're a little technical difficulties, the first show on the air, so a little nerves, but we're figuring it out. There we go. All right, so welcome back to Women's Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Sarah Pearson, and I want to thank Ava Bredwell for joining us for that first segment. I really enjoyed getting to talk to her. Be sure to come support the Husker softball team. Their season starts February 6th, either the 6th or the 7th on the road, and then March 6th at home. So be sure to come out and support the softball team. It'll be a great year for them. But with that, I want to dive into a little bit of women's basketball. So our women's basketball team, if you've been living under a rock, they have been kind of on a roll lately. They have currently a 5-game winning streak. They are 15-4 overall and 6-2 in the Big Ten. And last night they had a huge, dominating win over the Wisconsin Badgers, 91-60. And that was just a really overall incredible team performance from the Cornhuskers. We had 2 players reach career highs, both. One off the bench, Kendall Moriarty, she had a career high 17, and Jess Petrie also had a career high of 15 points. There were 5 Huskers in double figures. So overall, just a very impressive performance by them. And we actually have some audio clips from the press conference last night. These are courtesy of Hale Varsity. That's where I took them from. So we're just gonna play a few of those for you. Just give me a second to find them. So yeah, the Huskers were back at home after being on the road for a little while, and here's Coach Williams on just being back at home and the team win overall.
Yeah, just a really, it feels good to be back in Pinnacle Bank Arena, back at home, and just a great team win, just contributions from all over the place, and just really proud of the way our team just found ways for everybody to contribute here.
And that home environment was pretty electric. You know, I was there. I attended the game myself, and huge shout out to Husker Nation. They really showed up and showed out despite the cold. You know, it was -7 as we were walking outside the game, but it was definitely hot inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. The Huskers, they went off for 16 3-pointers, shooting 54% from beyond the arc. So they were absolutely just lighting it up, and it was actually one off a record inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. So they couldn't quite hit that, but still overall a very impressive performance behind the arc for the Huskers. And not just behind the arc, but just overall, it was a very impressive team performance. Britt Prince, she dropped 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And she was actually named Big Ten Freshman of the Week prior to that game. So definitely another one to look out for Big Ten Freshman of the Week this week. But it was also announced today that she was named National Freshman of the Week from USBWA. And overall, just Britt Prince, you know, she has really lived up to the hype. She was one of the top ranked recruits coming in Nebraska, and being able to keep her home was huge. You know, she won 4 state championships over at Elkhorn North, and she has just been an absolute leader for this Nebraska team just as a freshman, which is very impressive. And another player who had a really great night was Alexis Markowski. She had 12 points, 7 rebounds, and she became number 3 all-time in Nebraska history, and just 3 rebounds away for number 2 all-time. So definitely a little record watch to keep out for. Nebraska doesn't play at home again until Sunday, but with only needing 3 more rebounds, she is definitely well on her way for that. And a little bit, I mentioned Jess Petrie having herself quite the night. She spoke after the after the game during the press conference, and she talked about just the depth of this Nebraska team. So let's hear from Jess.
Yeah, I think Coach talks about it all the time. Our team's depth is one of our strengths, and so I think at any given time anybody can come and step up. And I think just Amaya coming in as a freshman has been ready to go, and I've obviously been in this program a year, so I was just kind of learning things from Nat and Lex, and just unfortunately when Nat went down, we all got called up, and I think everyone stepped up and just been ready.
And that depth has really been huge for this Nebraska team this year, and especially after the loss of both Natalie Potts has been out for almost the whole year for a torn ACL, and then recently we just lost Allison Weiner for the 3rd consecutive year. Very so heartbreaking for Allison Weiner. You know, she even mentioned, you know, before the injury, she was just starting to feel like her old self, and really just starting to get back in the groove. But injuries just suck. But Nebraska really has been doing a great job of overcoming those injuries and playing for their teammates, and they also, during the press conference, Amy Williams spoke about how the team has been kind of rallying behind Widener and playing for her.
I think just the toughness. We had a really emotional and hard week right before we left to go to Rutgers with Allison Widener going down. She's such an inspiration for our team, and we've been talking about finding ways to try to channel our inner Allison Widener, just that toughness. I think Jess Petrie has seemed to really take that to heart. I think she's played with great toughness. It's like her mentality is focusing on how can I guard and how can I get rebounds for this team. And then the offense is kind of coming along as like a byproduct. And that's what we've been asking out of her. And I think she's just really, for the last 3 games, I feel like I've been saying it's her best game here at Nebraska. And she just keeps finding ways to be a huge contributing factor for us. And
that's something Nebraska is really going to need as we get into the latter part of the season. We're right in the grind of Big Ten play. So having a player like that, she's really been showing up the last few games. But earlier in the season, we didn't see a lot from her, but a lot, I guess, stat-wise, because she's usually not super high up there in the points, but these last few games, she's really started to prove herself. And having a player like that doesn't, she doesn't really, it doesn't really matter, if she gets in the scoring column or not. She wants to help find her team a way to win. And having a player like that is really important for Nebraska, because if you want to, get all these tough wins in such a tough conference, you have to have players like that who are unselfish and just willing to play team basketball. And that is something that Petrie has especially done this year. And it's really helped the Huskers, riding a 5-game win streak. They're really kind of hitting their stride. And Petrie spoke on that last night. So let's hear about that.
I think so. I think obviously we lost to Georgia Tech and then the 2 California schools, and both ranked opponents, and they were tough losses. But I think we took what we needed to from those losses, and this team's grown in ways that we needed to, and I think we're peaking at the right time. And yeah.
And another player who spoke after the conference, we've heard from her a little bit. Not Jessica Petrie, we just heard from her, but Kendall Moriarty. So coming up on Sunday, the Huskers are trying to pack PBA as they take on now number 9 Ohio State. They have went up since I last made these notes, but number 9 undefeated. It is going to be a tough game for Nebraska. And just looking last night, that game is they're going for the sellout, and they're really close. It said few tickets left. So if you haven't already, go out, buy your tickets. I saw there was a few reserved left, not too many, but plenty of general admission seats left. So go out and support the Huskers. And Petrie kind of, if you can't take the motivation from me, take it from Kendall Moriarty as I find the clip. And yeah, the Huskers want you to come out and support too.
I think it's awesome. I think Husker Nation shows out for every game, but I think Pack PBA is always very special. I mean, last year it was awesome playing in that type of environment, and it's always nice to have the fans on our side. Yeah.
And those fans are going to have to be absolutely loud if the Huskers want to take down Ohio State and improve their win streak to 6. Also, this win streak, we've been talking a lot about this last game against Wisconsin, but I want to go back a little ways. Nebraska, I believe it was Thursday last week, took down Iowa on the road in overtime, won with a final score of 87-84. That was just an incredible win for Nebraska. They hadn't won at Iowa since 2018, so that was absolutely huge. And it was actually they were playing right before the men's team was, and I was at PBA on Thursday night, watching the men. But obviously, I want to tune into this game, and they actually had BTN on in the store at Pinnacle Bank Arena. If you know anything about the layout there, So yeah, I was just standing inside the store waiting, watching the game, probably losing my mind a little bit along with a few other people there. And then it went into overtime, and then I went to go get in my seat because the men's game was about to start. And I tried pulling it up on my phone, and it kept freezing. And I was like, did they pull it off? Did they pull it off? And yes, they did. They showed it up on the big screen at PBA, and that was just so much fun. A huge win for the women. And Husker radio announcer Matt Coatney, he was pretty excited. He does the play-by-play, and that was obviously a really exciting moment for him. Courtesy of Husker Radio Network, I'm gonna play Matt Coatney in the final seconds of the big win.
Hate to get it in. Britt Prince has it, and Guyton's trying to foul her. Iowa takes it away. How was that not a foul?
Oh,
1
boy.
second
Oh,
to go
boy.
at the buzzer of Bolter to tie it. Huskers win! Huskers win! Ben's going crazy. Huskers get their first win in 6 years in Iowa. The Hawkeyes have lost 4 in a row, and Nebraska sends 14,000 Iowa fans home unhappy, and the Big Red gets a big overtime win. And Carver Hawkeye, 87-84. Nebraska defeats the defending Big Ten champion Iowa Hawkeyes.
Oh my gosh, that gave me goosebumps, and that happened, a few days ago, but just very exciting. Obviously, Matt Coatney, very excited, and the music. I gotta say, the music kind of added to the hype a little bit, but very, very fun win for Nebraska, and back-to-back years that they took down the Hawkeyes. We saw it last year inside Pinnacle Bank Arena, sending all those Iowa fans home unhappy. That game against Iowa last year, that was just, I think that is for at least for basketball, the best atmosphere that I've ever been in for basketball, because I was actually working that game. I was doing some radio stuff, and there were so many media people there and everything. I had to stand in the back. I didn't even have a seat in the media row because it was all full. Because we usually have a 2-person crew, but we had a 3-person crew that day. And so I just had to stand there. And honestly, it's probably a good thing that I wasn't on play-by-play. As you heard that play-by-play clip from Ava Bredwell earlier, I get a little excited when the Huskers have a huge win, or just when they win in general. And I tend to show my excitement over the air, whether I'm calling the game or in the stands. I really enjoy being there, regardless of what I'm doing. But yeah, that was just really fun for the Huskers, and hopefully they can keep it going. Taking on Ohio State, on Sunday at 2 p.m. I believe that game is on BTN Plus. Okay, why is that game on BTN Plus? That is a top rank. I guess Nebraska's not ranked anymore, but that is a huge game. I feel like that should be nationally televised. So or just televised in general. So if BTN, ESPN, any of those channels, anybody working there is listening, put this game on the big network, on a national network, because it definitely deserves it. And if Nebraska can pull off the upset, if they're not ranked, then something's wrong. The committee, I feel, is usually biased against Nebraska. Their only 3 losses are Georgia Tech, UCLA, and USC. And that Georgia Tech game was really close. Had that game been at home, they probably would have won. Now, the USC and UCLA games, those were a little rocky because, they're both ranked in the top 5. But, yeah, overall, and I think also having this game at home for Nebraska is going to be huge for them. So we'll see if they can pull it off. But, I want to see if there anything else that I wanted to go through here in their win against Wisconsin. But okay, yeah, there's one more clip here that I wanted to play. A few more clips from Amy Williams. Here's Amy Williams on just giving the opportunity to the underclassmen, because Nebraska's had a lot of underclassmen contribute this year. So let's hear from Coach Williams about that.
I feel like just the best way to grow up your young underclassmen is to give them game minutes. And we've done that up to this point in our non-conference play. And now we have confidence to go to them when the games are on the line in the Big Ten play.
Absolutely, and that's something that we've talked a lot about is the depth from this Nebraska team, and those freshmen and those underclassmen have been a huge part of that depth, and a huge part of why Nebraska has been doing as well as they had this year. But with that is going to wrap up the second segment. When we come back, we're going to dive into a little bit of pro volleyball. It's week 2 for the PBF and LOVB. And also, there's a new league starting, and we'll give you some thoughts about that after we return from the break. But for now, we'll be back in a few minutes, and this is Women's Sports Weekly on 93.7 The Ticket.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fierce Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurk with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurk@fbfs.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Women's Sports Weekly. Apologize for the late entry. I was kind of sprinting back and forth. But, Women's Sports Weekly continues here with segment 3, and my computer has cut off. So let me get my notes back open. All right, there we go. So I want to talk a little pro volleyball for this last segment. We have about 7 minutes left here. We'll see how I talk. I talk kind of fast, but we'll dive in here. So opening weekend, not opening weekend, week 2. The Oklahoma Supernovas, they struggled a little bit. They went 0-2, and after the 2-0 start, definitely a little disappointing. They had a 5-set loss at Vegas and a 4-set loss at home to San Diego on Sunday. Now I did, get to go to that game. It was really fun. Obviously, another incredible atmosphere with the Supernovas. Got to go in the, student section. It was really kind of one row. Not the same as the Nebraska volleyball student section. It wasn't the same because, we don't stand. I will say one thing. It was very nice to be able to just sit and watch the game. I love standing and cheering and screaming as much as the next person. But it was really nice to kind of just sit and enjoy the game. And actually, there were a couple UNL students in the row with me. They were doing the little cheers that we did for the Nebraska players. So that was really cool to see that. And of course, the former Huskers, they did pretty well this weekend. Allie Batenhorst, she actually got her first professional start playing on the right side, which was a little bit different. We're used to seeing her on the outside, both at Nebraska and USC, but I think, at this level, if you can get in at all, especially with the depth that they have, is very, very impressive. She had 12 kills. She was kind of going off, and Lindsay Krause didn't play a lot, but she actually checked in, and she got her first professional kill, so that was really cool to see. And once again, when they announced Allie Batenhorst as a starter, everyone went crazy, as expected. They gotta get a team in Lincoln. If anyone in the volleyball, aficionado world, whatever you want to call it, is listening, we need a pro team in Lincoln. Like, Husker Nation would show up. We've got the Devaney. Let's do it. And actually that going back to the Supernovas game, that crowd was the second all-time crowd. They had 12,773 packed the CHI, and their first game this year was the first overall crowd's number one record for PVF attendance. So the fans are showing up for the Supernovas, and I'm sure that they would show up for the Lincoln team. Oh my God. You know what I just realized this entire time? Maybe we have a text line. You could have been texting into the show this whole time. I guess if you're watching, you can see the phone number. Well, we haven't got any text anyway, but yeah, that phone number up there, 402-464-5685. You can actually text into the show. If you have any thoughts or questions, you can do that. We don't have a lot of time left here, but maybe next time. So next week, you can do that. But back to the pro volleyball. Another former Husker. That's the thing. There's a lot of former Huskers in these pro leagues. Caitlin Horde, she actually leads the PBF in total blocks with 16, and she's second in blocks per set at 0.94. So she's also been doing really well. And another player who, not for the Supernovas, but for San Diego, Layla Blackwell, the San Diego native. She played in the game on Sunday and, of course, received a huge ovation from the Husker crowd. It's not the Huskers technically, but a lot of former Huskers, they probably watch them. They watch them too. So she's definitely coming out and supporting and got a huge ovation from them. The Supernovas will continue on Friday. They play at 6 o'clock against Columbus. You can tune into that on YouTube. That's a great thing about all these games is you can watch them all. Like just years ago, I remember not that long ago, I was subscribed to this app where you could like watch some like games internationally, but now you could just go on YouTube and watch them in the US. So definitely really cool. And I want to talk a little bit about the LOVB. They also played this weekend. They had a 4-set win against Madison. They're 2-0. Lauren Stivrins, the former Husker, was player of the game. She had 14 kills, 2 blocks, hit 700. And once again, for the second week in the low, not playing in her usual position, playing on the opposite. You're used to seeing her in the middle, but she definitely looked sharp out there. And more former Huskers also on that team that got in. Justine Wangarantes had 22 kills. Larson had 9. And they continue their season Friday against Madison. Their first home games. That game can be seen on ESPN+, and they also play Saturday at 7. And I have just a couple of minutes left here, so I could spend a lot of time on this. Unfortunately, we don't have the time, but I want to just quickly mention this new volleyball league that's starting. So it was announced a few days ago that Major League Volleyball, starting in 2026, it will be the 3rd league in the United States. And the Supernovas actually will be moving to that new league. There's going to be other teams. It was announced that Wisconsin, California, Minnesota, Indiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, Florida, Kansas, Ohio, and Washington will also have teams. A lot of those states, big volleyball states, so no shocker there. And there is $100 million in committed funding to this new league, and a few notable names. Jason Derulo and Danny White, 3 owners and partners with the Supernovas, are going to help out with that league. And Carrie Walsh-Jennings, the 3-time Olympic medalist, also going to be a part of that new league. And honestly, before I sign off here, I'll just say it. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. I could go on a huge long vent, but you can't sustain 3 pro volleyball leagues in the United States. Like, there's going to be 6 teams in each, and it doesn't make sense. Like, why not just make one huge successful league with like 20 teams and just build off of that? Like, we don't need 3 separate leagues, but I'm all for more pro volleyball in the U.S., more volleyball in general, but definitely a better way to go about it. Make one successful league. Anyway, that's the end of my rant there. It's just about 9 o'clock, so that's going to do it here from us. Thank you so much for joining me on this second episode of Women's Sports Weekly. Coming up here at 9 o'clock, we'll be striking up a conversation with Husker Bowling, so stay tuned in to the ticket for that. But for now, that is going to do it from me. This has been Women's Sports Weekly on 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll see you next week.